The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good all true shit and none of the shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate
You know what?
talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell away the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And that was lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, taste some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Welcome to this rebroadcast of the STIM Radio Show. Anything you're seeing is not actually live right now, but a rebroadcast. We hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Now back to the recast of Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, yeah, fuck, man. So, man, it's so hot and not feeling the show today, and yeah, that's the story there.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all we got for the night, right?
Yeah, I mean, because, I really don't have shit. I'm kind of tired, and, yeah.
We got a couple chicks here. We're just going to shut down.
And get our dick sucked.
We're going to rebroadcast, and we're going to be gigolos for the night. So anybody that's going to watch us, we're about to tune out.
Yep.
And, just watch a repeat here.
Yeah, watch the rebroadcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
should we run that one, the episode where we were talking about motors?
Actually, why don't you look in the drawer? Don't you have that one marked?
Yeah, I think I do. I think it's called Moose and Happiness.
Moose and Alligators. That's right.
Yeah,
I remember
something
that
like
one.
that. Yeah,
okay.
We should do that one, I think.
Mooses and Alligators. All right, ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right, pop it in.
Okay, here we go.
So, fuck, it's funny because he's down there in Mississippi now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could find a woman down there that's, but
all you got to do is say, hey, I'm related to you.
yeah.
You're going to get laid, bottom line. It's Mississippi.
And that'll get you right away. That'll get your dick sucked.
Yeah, at least something.
But, it's kind of funny how he went from alligators to mooses.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, damn.
He's going to get his dick snapped off. He may be trying to find one without teeth or something, maybe.
But, maybe it's the Canadian thing with, I wonder how that goes. Like, can you say I'm your distant cousin from Canada?
How would you do that? We put an accent to it.
Pull up and pull my dick out.
My dick out. And put it in the crook's mouth.
And after that, I've got,
yay.
A.
Nah, the best way for him to get laid down there is honestly just say he's related to him.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. Or he could just call Jason.
Yeah, he could.
Because you think about it, he's probably closer now because, if Jason's in the British Columbia or some shit.
Something like that.
So, he could just come down and spend the weekend with him.
Yeah.
They could fuck in the creek and, that would
catch a gator that way.
Yeah, exactly. I know he's like,
he's like,
back
fuck you.
I want to text these motherfuckers so bad. So, anyway, fuck.
Yeah, it's not really rebroadcast, obviously.
It's just us fucking with you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did think our script was in Braille.
Yeah. He believed we were scripting it the one night and reading it.
That was some funny shit. But, I do have a question about this, the bathroom in here.
What about it?
Okay, there's that air freshener that sprays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes that noise that...
Yeah.
So my thing is, okay, now you have motion sensitive things like, you know, when you walk by them, they spray the scent, you know, that kind of thing.
No, that one's not.
No, I know it's not, but here's the thing. I go in there to take my shit, you know, my ritual shit, my shitual here at All Talk, and, you know, I ripped that first loud explosive fart. Yeah, it's right after I did that, it sprayed.
No, there is a sensor in it. It's a hammer sensor.
Is it a sound sensor? Does it
no,
pick
the
up?
minute you go in there, it just automatically senses you. It's got face recognition.
Oh, okay.
And they know that you go in and explode all over the place.
Well, yeah, but it didn't go till I let the shit out.
Well, it was funny. The one night I went in there after you were done, and I literally heard us go, whew. It was the fucking air thing. It was just like, oh my God, like, whew, he's out. I mean, you just took it right out of the damn thing.
Well, you know, today I was at this meeting and I had to shit. And I'm telling Colin, I'm like, hey, man, I got to use the restroom. And he's like, okay, you know, so he walks me to the restroom. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I got to let some water out, huh, from all that. I was like, no, I got to shit. And so, of course, we go in there. It's at the library. And a lot of the homeless fucks, here's what they do. They go hang out in the stall because this keeps them in so they can stay inside the building.
Well, yeah, it's cooler.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, if they're seen in the building, I think they get
throw
told
them out.
to leave. Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll hang out in a stall and
I would do it.
Kick it in there, you know.
Fuck it, it's too hot.
Meanwhile, there's like 2 stalls. There are people in each stall, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to shit.
Right.
And I'm standing there, I'm waiting. I'm like, oh, this is going to come out like fucking relish out of the 7-Eleven container or something.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, thanks for that picture.
It's going to... It's going to just be a wet sprayums, you know? So finally a guy did walk out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going in there. So I just fucking let loose, of course. So Colin's like, hey, are you familiar with this bathroom pretty much? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to wait outside.
I'm leaving. Smart man.
Want to sit here and smell my shit?
He must have a college education.
Yeah, he does. Can you believe that?
Then he must want people to die.
From the indoctrination.
Yeah, this world's overpopulated. And the funny thing about that is the fact that they're telling you now that most families are having only one child per family, and that this generation that's coming up, there's not that many young people anymore because all the young people have now turned old and they're dying off. So there's going to be a huge drop in population from just deaths, and the fact that families are only repopulating with one kid. So, but now they're trying to convince us that we're going to be overpopulated.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that matches up quite right, does it?
And I'm knowing a lot of people that don't have kids and don't want to have kids. You
Or
know what I'm
only
saying?
have 1 or 2, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and half these people, like I said, that were young, now the majority of United States people are older, elderly people, or older and middle-aged.
Well, that's it. Or then you're guys like G Motors, you know, that have 1 kid, you know?
Right.
And
take it to the 7-Eleven all the time when she's around.
yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, now she's getting older.
But even his kid's not going to multiply. She's munching carpet now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about
so
that.
he's doing good. See, that's what we need to do. Train our children to munch carpet.
There you go. Just turn them into gay. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, all your boys, you tell them to be gay.
Yeah,
and all
their
your
girls,
women,
lesbians.
lesbian. Well, they're kind of doing that now.
Yeah, they
You know,
are.
There's a lot of indoctrination. You know, even in the schools.
Right.
You know, because I have never heard such an. I mean, shit. When I was in high school, that was like taboo, man. If you were gay, you were a ballsy motherfucker.
But we like Bootsy.
Bootsy? Who's
Yeah.
Bootsy? Oh,
Boots.
you mean Jaguar?
Yeah, Jaguar. She
Jaguar.
called him Mickey Boots.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
See, I was going to get him the other way. I was going to be like, hey, now that she's older, isn't she hot, Jerkman? Just to watch
Oh,
him.
yeah. She sent me a topless picture the other night. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I hope
man.
G Motors never hears about this.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
I was nice enough to draw like a bikini on it, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
now with me,
I mean, after I looked at it for like 3 hours.
for me, it was just an audio of like masturbation.
Yeah, is that what you did to it?
Well, no. She was masturbating.
Oh,
and
really?
saying my name. And
Damn.
So then she
Good thing Motors isn't here to hear this. He would be
yeah.
so bent.
He'd be pretty fucking pissed off.
I would
if
be
he found
too
that
if I
out.
was him.
So
But you're really trying to yank his chain tonight, aren't you?
I'm waiting for a text.
Yeah, you should be getting. It just should be no fuck you, Jerkman, in this one. That's you.
Yeah, that's let's see. As of yet, we have not received anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's probably fumbling for the phone.
or her figuring out how to work it. I don't know.
Could have been either one.
Either or.
Either
Or
or.
watch this phone ring.
Yeah, he may call.
All right, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not texting. You're getting.
You know we just do it to fuck with you, man. Just
Yeah,
because
he
you do
knows that.
react.
He knows that.
So-
He knows we love him.
Of course. So, yeah. Oh, here was the other thing about this meeting. This shit was funny. I felt like, you ever heard of Phil Hendry?
Yeah, I have heard of Phil Henry.
He's actually kind of funny. He does these like satirical, he's a talk show host, but he does this stuff where he'll have fake guests on and act out almost like you. This is like something you would do,
right?
And he'll have like a fake guest on, and like the one I heard was he had a guy on that supposedly was suing. This is right after 9/11, and he was suing all the dark-skinned people he knew because he was so traumatized from 9/11 that now he was going to sue dark-skinned people from. Oh, here we go. See, man.
And this better be saying "fuck you, Maxwell."
Let's see what it says.
You know what, you fucks.
Oh, you fucks. Yeah, see? I still
see?
got thrown in there. Well, maybe I did say
why?
about the topless picture, yeah.
Well, yeah, because, either way, somehow you're involved.
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm by just association, I'm always a fuck.
Well, just because the shit you do.
I'm nice to people.
Yeah, right. You fuck with people. I told you just randomly fuck with people just for the fuck of it. Like, what the fuck was that for? What was the purpose of doing that?
You mean like tonight?
Yeah, or like last night.
Oh, yeah, that was funny, though.
Fucking doorbell.
We'll tell him that one later. That was funny, though.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, so I felt like I was on the Phil Hendry show because you know how he basically, acts out these crazy scenarios and you think it's real. You're like, who is this crazy fucking guy? How did he even find this guy?
Suing brown-skinned people.
Yeah, and he had I guess he had one of those weird mics to make it sound like he was on the phone and, and then he'd have his regular. So, anyway, I think... Because every time we go to this, it's supposedly a nonprofit networking event. So for a lot of nonprofits or people that are planning on starting nonprofits, go to this event. And it's they don't provide lunch. They provide coffee and water, but you can bring your lunch and you can sit and eat. And, we just talk about, so what's been going on with your nonprofit and how's this been going? And so it's a good way for our organization to network a little bit with a few of these nonprofits. So anyway, she's had some crazy people in there in the past. Like there was one guy who wanted to start a nonprofit where he had kids playing board games. And
a nonprofit for board playing children.
Yeah, for kids to play board games.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to play Chutes and Ladders, man.
Oh, hey, if you can make some cash on it, right?
Well, how could you make cash out of that?
You'd have to sell advertising, so you'd have to wear T-shirts or something.
Something weird. Well, then there was, I think I told you about the other one, the guy, or no, it was a woman actually that wanted to have a nonprofit where they rode bikes, or something, oh yeah, I want to set up a nonprofit where, we have kids riding bikes, and you're going, well, what's your twist here? What are you doing? Well, just be a nonprofit where kids ride bikes, and if they can't afford them, we give them bikes. And you're like, well, how the fuck do you do that? So this lady today, to me, took the fucking cake. She was an Asian lady. Her idea was she wanted to start, and when she said it, I couldn't fucking help it. I started laughing, and Colin's like punching me and shit. Like bam, bam, bam. Like
trying to get you to shut up?
Yeah, punching me in the leg because she goes, I want to start a nonprofit for people who want to date. And I started laughing, and I said, a nonprofit for people who want to date? Is that what you said? Because it just caught me so by surprise. Right. And that's when, of course, Colin's like punching me in the leg, like, fucking shut up.
Shut up, man. I'm sitting next to you, asshole.
But then it gets better because I guess she starts, the woman's like, well, we'll come back to you later or something. So then somehow we got in this whole thing, and they're like, so what is it you want to do with your nonprofit? And she's like, well, I want to, my husband of 10 years leave me, and, he was abusive. And
so this is all for her pretty much in a way.
It was totally for her. And we kept telling her, okay, but how can you make that a nonprofit? She's like, well, people can meet and they can date and we could have dinner parties and we could do, and
dinner parties.
But see, here's the thing. You know how it goes, man. That shit runs on grant money. And if you go in there and say, well, my nonprofit is to get people to date, they're not going to give you that money to start your nonprofit. And so she was like trying to tell her the right way. And then all of us were getting into it. And then we're trying to explain to her, no, you don't want to say that. And she's like, why? And she was not, I don't know if it was a language barrier or if it was a mental barrier or what.
Sounds like a mental barrier.
Well, see, that's what Colin was saying. He's like, I think she's just really fucked up from her marriage. And
she's angry. She wants to make money, so she thinks she combines these two. And most successful business come out of a need or something that's happened to you that you see a change could be made. But hers Hers is just totally out of anger.
Well, see, here's the thing, though, and this is what the lady who runs the group was trying to tell her, and well, everybody else was telling her too that was here in this meeting. Here's how you approach it. Make it like, for single women, some kind of community related thing where you teach single women how to boost their self-esteem or what to look for and how to find the right person and not just go for the first person that shows you interest, and, kind of like a coaching thing for single women or something. So that would actually that could work as a nonprofit. So everybody was giving her good ideas, but she was shooting them all down. And she's like, no, but I don't understand why we can't go to bars or something. And she was like, no, don't say anything about bars. This is, and, as Colin was pointing out later, nonprofits are basically essentially businesses, that do make money, but you lie about it, So if you're going to lie, lie right.
Right.
Does an honest businessman make money?
No.
So there you go.
Now I'm being honest.
Right.
You do not.
Yes, exactly. So you got to be a lying piece of shit and say, well,
if you want to be successful.
We have a community-oriented thing. But see, her anger was so fucking built up, and she's pissed off because I want to have women to learn how to date and to find men and to do that. And she's like, no, that's not what you want to do. And she was like, and what about your board? What kind of people are you gonna have on your board? She's like, you need people with some expertise, like counselors and shit.
Yeah.
And she was just like, no, why do I have to have counselors? Why do I have to have doctors? And it's like, oh, you're not fucking getting this. So what I was thinking
she thinks it's just a fun. She thinks it's like these women that go out and just introduce somebody to their fucking niece or something.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, those kind of women. Which, by the way, I'm going to get that tomorrow. I'm sure.
I'm sure you will.
I'm just looking the fuck forward.
Just
to
eat some
that.
sushi while you're there.
Well, I'll bring my own wasabi.
Yeah.
Spray it on the sushi. With sushi?
With sushi.
Yeah, I'll make some sushi. There you go.
Yeah. You're thinking ahead of time.
Yeah. No, so, but it just reminded me of the Phil Hendry show where, because I was saying later, I was like, I wonder if she gets these weird people as shills to come in on purpose to keep the meeting exciting so people will come back. Because otherwise it's pretty lackluster. It's like,
right.
So give me some good news about your nonprofit. And then, you go around the table and then people will say, well, we just got our 501c3 today and, we got our license. We're going to be up and running. We just got to get an office space. And, oh, that's really great. All right, next person. Well, we just made, we got a $4,000 grant, so they sit around the table and tell. But this was the meat of the meeting. We're like trying to school this chick on this is not what you say if you want a nonprofit. And at one point I even said to her, you sure you're not trying to start a business and you just came to the wrong meeting? Like, what I'm saying? Like she saw, oh, nonprofit. Oh, okay. I go here. They tell me how to, because I think maybe in her mind, nonprofit means starting a business that you don't have to pay for.
Right.
Or something like that.
I think that's what it is.
So, and it's all, like you said, out of anger and sadness and whatever mental bullshit's going on with her. So.
Sounds like it.
Speaking of mental and anger and sadness and bullshit, I'm going to tell you about this driver. This I think she still drives for paratransit because her and I. This is the chick from a few years ago that picked me up. Remember the older lady?
Right.
That Furnace was like, "Hey, he likes feet," and she's like, "Oh, I love my feet being rubbed and all that shit." Remember? And we've had a little foot play in the past. She's actually come over a few times, and
I remember that.
We've gone to
a while back, but
yep. And she took me for my birthday to a buffet last year and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Actually, we went out the year after that too. This past birthday.
I think you guys were in love and just didn't know it.
Well, here's the thing. So we're talking and everything. So I think probably about October, she's telling me, "Oh yeah, well, I'm kind of seeing somebody right now." And I was like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm seeing this guy," and I come to find out I know who the guy is because he. I hate to say it, but he's another Blinky.
Okay.
And, well, I think he's got some vision, like cruise control. So he can see a
partial,
little.
maybe.
He's a partial, yeah. He can't see well enough to drive, but he doesn't have full vision, And so anyway, I guess she's really dug this guy, and, he's shown interest in her in the past. And so they went out a couple times, and I guess things were going pretty good. And she said, oh, yeah, but here was the thing. She told me that he doesn't want to have sex And so they would go out. You know, he'd take her to dinner. He even met his family. She even met his family at one point. You know, I guess what day? When was this? Back on, I fucking can't remember. It was one holiday that we had, maybe Memorial Day or something. But they all went out to the lake, and his family was there, and she met his family, and they all seemed to like her, and all this other great shit. And so she was all happy about that. But she told me, she's like, yeah, he does not want to have sex. I said, well, what's the deal with that? And she said, well, he's Catholic, I guess, and he doesn't believe in sex until you're married.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, that's a very traditional guy.
Right.
And I said, so is he planning on marrying you? And she's like, well, from what he says, he doesn't really want that. He doesn't want somebody to have sex with. So he just thinks that we should just go out occasionally. And I'm like, okay. Then I find out later that he's asked her to move in. So she fucking jumps on it. And I'm like, you know, this isn't a good thing if he's not having sex with you and doesn't want to have sex with you and only will keep you at arm's length.
Right. This
is just going to be frustrating for you. And she's like, well, you know, I got to move anyway because my landlord's selling my house and, you know, I got to live somewhere. So this is going to work out. I think it'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. So she calls me. I don't know. It wasn't last weekend. It was the weekend before. And it was just kind of an out of the blue call, too. It was like on a Saturday, almost, yeah, like about 4:30 or 5 o'clock on a Saturday. And she, you know, left me a voicemail because I think I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing, but I called her right back. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, I got to tell you about Ken. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I guess she's moved in there with him, right?
Right.
And now he's even cut back even further because he's like, yeah, I'm not interested in anything from you. I just want a roommate. That's it.
Just a roommate.
He's like, no kissing, no fondling, no nothing. We are just roommates. And I guess he's made it abundantly clear, you know, that, hey, you know, we're just going to be roommates. And like he'll say on the phone, hey, it's Ken, your roommate, you know, and he and all this kind of stuff. So now she's all upset. And she's like, I'm trying to get a guy's perspective. Why would he do this? And I'm like, he probably was never really into you. And she's like, oh, no, he was because he took me out and he did this. And I'm like, yeah, but he never wanted to have sex with you. You know, all right, you guys kissed a few times and made out, but that's about it. You know, he's just not feeling you. I said, maybe he was trying to test the water to see if he's going to start liking you, but he's not into you. And she's like, well, I don't understand. I said, yeah, now this is going to be a shitty thing for you because you're going to be living there. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. You got yourself into this shit because I don't even want to say you're cock whipped. So, yeah, this is chicks doing dumb shit again. You know, just thinking with their pussy, you know, all emotional, nothing rational involved.
Nothing.
And here, I would have given her the dick. You see what I'm saying?
You would have.
It's like, you could have got some dick if you fucked with me, but you did the thing of, oh, no, you're too young for me, and I think of you as my son, and all this other shit. And I'm like, you know, if you would have let me nail it, you would have been happy, you know?
See, sometimes that's all it takes. Nailing it.
Yeah, you would let me just knock the walls out a few times. You know, we'd have been okay.
Yeah, but those walls, maybe the insides of them would have been very it's fragile, and
it's kind of like
they would have been more like dusting the inside of the walls.
Just think of like going into a house where there's been like water damage and kicking a hole in the sheetrock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what it's going to be, man.
Or old and, you know, just like the sheetrock that's already, the camel hair sheetrock that's falling apart. You just touch it and pieces just, dust falls off, you know.
Dust and it falls apart. And then like fucking spiders crawl out of it and shit. Yeah, well, hey, you know, I don't mind that sometimes. You know, knock the dust off and you know, do that.
Yeah, that right there saying that sounds desperate.
Well, no, but hey, I get it when I can, man. There you go. Actually, I can't say that, man, because I've had some opportunities that I've turned down. You know, there's been a few women that I've been like, nah, sorry, just not into you.
Right.
You know, but
if you're not into them, that's the whole thing.
But see, I would have, you know, I mean, we could have even been in a dating, her and I mean, I would have minded having her, you know, because she seemed like a cool person.
How old was she?
She was like 60, 61, somewhere around there.
And that's how many years ago?
This was, well, let's see, about 2 years ago.
So you were 37.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, she would have been about 60 back then.
So she was 30, almost 30-some. Well, you were 37, so she was 20. 23 years older than you.
Right? What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing really, because I mean, I'm 18 years older than Danielle. A couple more years on, we would have been about the same.
Yeah, there's, to me, I don't know, man. I mean, love is love.
Age at a certain point that starts to become meaningless.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, now if
I was a kid, if I was 16 or something,
now
I could totally understand.
if you were 18 and you were going after a fucking 3-year-old, sure.
Oh, yeah, then you got problems, man.
Yeah, you got fucking issues. But you're looking past the age of 18 and stuff like that. 18
we're
and
both
older.
Adults,
you're
know
both adults at that point. Because now think about this, as she would have been. Okay, you were 37.
Right.
So 10 years after that, she would have been 71.
Yeah.
And you would have been what?
47?
Yeah, you've been 47. So that starts looking a little different at that point, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because you're looking towards a 50 now, and she's only 70s, in her 70s.
Yeah, well.
But you're almost in your 50s.
But you know what, though? Here's the thing. Like I said, man, love is love. If
Right.
like, shit, I told you about the gay guys I know that got married
I
recently.
mean, don't get me wrong. Not that she would have lived that long, but.
Well, but like you were saying, it's two consensual adults.
Right.
It's not like, I'm taking advantage of somebody.
Some little child or something.
Yeah, or even some senior
vice
citizen
versa,
who's fucked up.
Or her doing it, because she's making it sound that way.
Well, now I will say in her defense, there was a time where I was there, where I wouldn't go at, no young girls. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
It's not long ago that I was that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, no young women, man. I'm
They're
not
all
into
dumb
them.
and stupid.
And they all play games, and they're all full of shit. And everything. But, I've broken that wall down considerably. I mean, now I look at how they act.
That wall was a little more moist, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But hey, ain't nothing like that sheetrock falling down. We'll be right back, bitches.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like.
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution. More income and less confusion. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me. You can talk to me. You can talk to me. We got what you need. Or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking toleration fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghosts.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show, where we never miss a beat. We're always on time. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Well, we are. And you know what? That's probably the most you're ever going to see me, do what we call a run.
Right. Oh, shit, we're on.
Yeah, and then I all of a sudden speed it up.
We're out talking about love lives.
Yeah, because, here's the thing. I kind of get sick of, and Jane has done this. Hell, Humvee's done this with me a few times.
Really? What is
Yeah.
it?
Ask me, well, what kind of women do you like?
Everybody asks that one. I mean, that's not too...
But that's kind of a bullshitty question, though.
Because people just... Well, that's a typical question, because if somebody's not sure of what type you like, because, and that goes with anybody. I mean, I've even asked people, like, well, what kind of person you looking for, Well, what is it you're really looking in for in a person?
But see, here's the thing. Sometimes you don't know, and all of a sudden, that engine just starts, man. You're just like... Oh shit! I'm digging this.
Well, most
chick.
people have a general idea of what they like. Like I guess what I'm saying is
maybe
it's like
sexual,
like
turn-ons.
honesty. Someone that's got fucking some morals, or doesn't have morals and is a total whorebag that doesn't want to bang.
Who in their right mind says, "I want a lying bitch. I want a fucking whore"?
But you think about this. How many people have said, "Well, I want someone that's honest," and they turn around and go with the guy that knows they're fucking around and shit.
Right, exactly. So that's the whole point. They say what you want to hear. That's all bullshit. So when people start laying out these, well, I want to, when they say make a checklist, that's all, any
checklist, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, any of that bullshit, any of that fucking coach feel goody, whatever the fuck they call that shit, it's all trendy, bullshit. It's like those stupid fucking, the dating. I guess I can talk about this now. Cruise Control did this thing at one point, back when we were roommates, and it was a dating service. And you go in and you lay out your qualities you're looking for in a woman, and what your qualities are and all this stuff. So then they use their fucking magic software or whatever the fuck that is, and they match you with, I think it's like 5 or 6 women. And what they do is they videotape you. This is the most generic shit I've ever seen in my life. So they videotape, like they did it with him, and I guess they asked him some questions, general interview questions or whatever about himself and personality shit. Well, then I guess they compile a videotape with 6 women that would match up to you. So he brings this videotape home and he's like, "You want to watch this with me?" Which I'm not supposed to do. But, he was just like, fuck it, let's, So we're sitting there watching this goddamn videotape. None of these women were interesting, and not just for me, but I couldn't even see Cruise Control like finding any of these women like, hey, I want her, or something like that. So that's the problem with the date site thing. It's too robotic, man. What type of woman do you want? What do you look for in a woman? Like when it asks for hair color, eye color, all that other lame generic shit. It's just what it is, lame generic shit. And and I kind of leave those blank, to be honest with you. I check them all, like click, check. I'll take any call. I don't give a fuck, But yeah, that's too it's too narrow, man. You can't, really, and honestly, from you and Humvee, I mean, it wasn't like you saw her and it was love at first sight. You guys, it wasn't until you went out,
right,
and all of a sudden that engine kicked on, and you realized, hey, fuck, we have a chemistry and a connection here.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have left the birthday party that night and went to the PTs or whatever it was, and sat down and talked like we did in that, we probably wouldn't have known.
Right.
But we got to spend that time and seeing that we were really into one another.
See, look at that. So it was a shitty birthday party. You guys weren't having fun.
It was because it was so packed. We couldn't fit in, and we're just kind of like, it was so loud, and we're just looking at each other, and people bumping into us and giving us drinks we really probably didn't want and things like that. And we're just like, okay.
And it was probably a crowd of people you guys didn't really like.
We didn't know them. Well, I only knew 2 people.
Or just not your kind of people. They're kind of, I'm sure they're upper echelon fucking, I'm in the VIP, you're not into that shit.
No. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. It was like, and we just looked at each other and yelled to one another because you couldn't hear. You want to get out of here? Yeah, let's get out of here. We'll go somewhere else.
So, yeah, if you had just not done that and just been like, oh, well, thanks for coming out with me, and then you left each other, then you probably wouldn't have had nothing. But in this case, you guys went out, you got to know each other, you found there was something that just started that motherfucking engine.
Yeah.
And you can't really say exactly, you couldn't pinpoint what it was.
No, we just sat and we talked all fucking night. Just me and her. Just sat there, had a couple beers and just talked.
So, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
Then I found out she was face Facebook stalking me, and I didn't know that.
Right. And you know, so it's like the same thing with, you know, me and Tootsie Toes, obviously, that, you know, okay, there's some things that turn me on about her. But then when I actually, you know, when things she says and other stuff, I'm like, whoa, we think a lot alike. We got a lot of, and then so then you realize.
Oh, I mean, you're both guys, so you know how to throw one in. I haven't done it for a while.
Actually, yeah, I didn't expect that one. I'm like, oh, shit.
That one tossed you off, huh?
Yeah, that was good, man. Thanks. So anyway, no, but really, it's a connection. You know, all the women that I've dated, hell, even when Koala and I reconnected, you know, I had no plans of dating or anything like that. I was like, oh, I just want to catch up with you and see how you've been, you know, and then all of a sudden we're talking to each other on the phone, we're messaging each other on email and Facebook, and I'm like, whoa, okay, something's starting to happen here. So you really can't just say for certain, you know, what do you like? You know, you can't go to Freddy's Find a Bitch and, you know, get you a bitch. You know, it's like it's a little more complicated and involved than just, you know, I mean, of course, you just want to blow a load. Then okay, yeah, you probably can you probably can spit out all the things that do turn you on, you know, and probably get you a Freddy's Find a Bitch and do fine. But I mean, if you're looking for something real, then it's a little more involved than just what kind of women do you like? You know, it's just boring. It's generic.
Well, I guess for the most part, it's just when people ask that, they're wondering what type. You know, because some people have things that they will not date somebody that's a certain way at all. I mean, they just won't do it.
Well, and sometimes you don't know those traits till you see them.
But some people don't even do that. Some people, like we said before, are settlers. They'll stick to what their standards are only and what they know. Yeah, and they could find somebody better if they would open that mind. But there's a lot of people like that. I'm not going to even say there's a couple. There's a lot of people that will stick to a certain type. Yeah. And they won't go outside that. They won't stray anywhere outside that.
Well, you know, there's been some women that have fit the key types of women that I might go for. But guess what? That engine wasn't starting. You know, okay, yes, sexually maybe so. You know, okay, I could fuck you. You know, but that's what I was saying about the driver last segment. You know, okay, I'd fuck the shit out of her and we get along cool, but it's not somebody I'd want to be, you know, like head over heels with. And, you know, oh, I got a beef with this person and we gotta be in love and we're going to be forever. You know, matter of fact, a lot of the women I've gone out with, you know, it's just been that, just sexual.
I know a person that used to work here at All Talk or intern a long time ago, and they would not date anybody but their same race, Mexican. They said, well, I won't go. I said, well, how do you know? And this guy she was with was treating her like shit. And I'm like, well, so you will only date Mexican? Only? Oh, yeah, I can only. No, why can you only? What if it's a fucking white guy or a black guy or an Asian guy that would treat you what you should, like you should be treated or would want like to be, but you're sticking to the same damn, but she would not veer from that.
Well, you know, and a good example of that is my old assistant, you know, where she was the thing of, oh, I like black guys. So that's all I'm going to go for is just black guys, you know. So you're like, okay, but, you know, there might be...
That's settling.
Yeah, exactly. You are settling. You are settling.
Yeah, you are, because it's something you may like, but you're settling. How do you know you wouldn't like a white guy? How do you know you wouldn't like an Asian man or a Mexican? You don't know if that's all you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, well, all you're going to look at is black guys. You might see 10 black guys, you know, and be like, well, you better pick a guy. Or, you know, you might see some other white guys, but you don't even give them a second look, you know, because you're so settled on your one thing. So, yeah, that was definitely a case of that. And then, you know, she couldn't figure out why she couldn't be happy and why she couldn't find someone. And you're just like, well, because you're settling. You're settling for this thing in your mind that you can only date. And yeah, I've known people that do, you know, that won't date out of their race.
Right,
or
and they don't realize that that's actually settling.
Yeah, it is.
If you're not broadening your horizons to know that people are people, and like you said, that it doesn't have to be a certain thing or a certain way, that maybe if you look at it a different way, you may find love in a different spot that you never thought would be there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of times when I've been, you know, women I've been interested in, it wasn't like a long time. It was something that just, I couldn't fucking explain it. You know, it just happened. Like that's why I use the engine starting, you know. I'm you know, maybe we'll use G Motor's fucking engine sound since he's not.
I mean, yeah. But when me and Danielle, the night we sat down and talked, I would have never thought, you know, she was a bigger girl. I just thought, I needed a date. I always thought she was cute. You knew that. I told you that.
Yeah, so you found her
yeah,
attractive?
so I found her attractive.
Right.
But I wasn't sure. And when she said, yeah, I just thought it was going to be just that date, just so I was covered, had somebody to go with, and she was a nice person. We could talk and stuff. And then when we sat down the first bar before we even went into the other place that we decided to get the hell out of, we were just kind of talking and everything. And she's like, yeah, I like shorter guys. And I'm like, wow, well, okay.
But even for her, I'm sure it wasn't instantaneous either.
Oh, no.
She went out and got to know you and then was like, oh, fuck, hold on, I can't stop thinking about this dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was even a delayed thing. You all probably, really dug each other, but it wasn't until later, once you left each other's company, that you're going, hey, man, hold up.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about this shit.
she was fun. She was fun to talk to. She was fun to be around. And, that night, I should say morning, because she left me about 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
We had no sex. We didn't do nothing. We kissed and stuff, and on the way when she was walking away, I said, hey, would you want to go out again sometime? She goes, sure.
Wow. So you were even prepared for her to go, I'll call you.
And I said, oh, really? And she goes, what, are you surprised?
Like, well, yeah, kind of.
I was, yeah.
With the luck I've been having, fuck yeah.
I was not expecting that. I didn't even know if I was going to ask her because, how I am with sometimes with like, okay, I just got through it, blah, blah, blah. But, she said, sure.
Well, that's why you never fucking know.
You don't
know. You can't, pin it to, well, these are the qualities I look for. And if they don't have those, then I'm not. Because like I said, I mean, my thing about younger women.
Right.
Here it is. And a younger fucking one totally, what's the boxer? The fucker that just fought? Not Holyfield. Come on, man.
Wow, you think I would know I do a boxing show here, huh?
Yeah. Call Dante.
No.
What's that guy's name, man?
I don't know.
The black dude, the fucking
know. Mayweather.
Mayweather. Yeah, there we go. Floyd Mayweathered my ass, and I was just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that shit, So you don't know, man. You can't just narrow it down to some bullshit qualities. So when people ask me that question, I'm just like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, and that's why I couldn't. Who was it? I think it was AK or someone who asked me that one night. Remember, I couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
Or was it? Maybe it was Jane. Maybe it was Jane. Because remember,
it was Jane.
You guys were like, "Well, how come you can't answer that?" And I'm like, and then of course, then her big defense was, "Oh, see, so you don't even know what you want." And I'm like, "No, that's it. Until it comes along. Yeah, you're right. You don't know what the fuck you want. Until it occurs."
I mean, like I said, a lot of people will stick with one set thing, and they know what they want because they won't go no further than that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how many times have you been fucking, maybe you're out driving, looking for a place to eat, and you see a sign, and you're like, yeah, man, I want to go in there. So it just grabs you for some reason. There's a weird thing that makes you go in there, and you're just like, why did I go in here? I don't know. But then you have a really good fucking meal, and you're just like, wow, that was good. And now you got a new place that you like.
Right.
So same kind of thing, man. I mean, I'll tell you now, I'm routine ranger in some things, but in some ways you have to leave the spontaneity in it for other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, for the most part, I'm with that a lot too.
Yeah. I mean, we hate change, and we're not into, just stepping out of our comfort zones necessarily. But like I've said before, that real woman that I really want will make me step out of that damn comfort zone. They're not going to do everything I want to do all the time.
Right.
And that's just, and I can't just say that, because I don't want to turn it generic because, that's the allure of it, man. That's the excitement. Like, that's the person I want. So, yeah, when people try to narrow it down, I guess it kind of fucking pisses me off because I'm like, you can't narrow that down. It's like asking somebody how.
Well, at one time you could have. You wouldn't date younger girls.
Yeah.
So one time you're wrong. You could have narrowed it down.
Well, but guess what? I was in a settling mindset.
Right.
Because, obviously then, I wanted back what I had before. And, I was stuck on that because I was still in love with that other person for the longest time.
Right.
So, to be honest with you, I don't think, I didn't really get over koala, I would say, until probably the end of 2013.
Right.
So it took me, I would say, about 3-4 years before, something made me look. And, that's like why you kept asking me about, Cecilia. You're like, why fucking 6 months later all of a sudden, are you interested? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. The engine just started. I can't tell you.
And it did. I mean, you came out of nowhere with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to admit, it was kind of shocking.
Well,
I think maybe for you too.
But don't think I didn't plan this shit. Believe me, it just happens that way. Things start for a reason, and you don't know why. It may have just been something to pull me out of my, my mind and heart are going, hey, you're done with koala now. All right, it's time to move on for real.
That's what you needed.
And so it got me out and got me excited about someone new.
Got me a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, a drunken decree, man, on Thanksgiving weekend. So, but hey, and it was what it was, man. It was an infatuation, but hey, it was a stepping stone, and that's what it was, man.
Did for you what you needed at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Got me what I wanted. I mean, like I said, we didn't do anything, but it was still something to get me out of that old stagnant, waiting on that person that was never coming back kind of
Which
bullshit.
you may have to be doing again soon.
Well, you may have to, and that's that's a little different circumstance.
Yeah.
So like I said,
This one you've at least had communication with and talked to, and
well, not only that, but here's how I see my luck goes too. Sometimes it's like I'll work up to finding somebody that I really want, and then we just don't work out for whatever reason. So then it goes back down. So then you have to start over again. So then you get the woman that
maybe it's building what you need to build.
Well, that's it. It's the building process. So
Yeah.
this one may not be. There might be. I mean, a few months from now, I may not be into that same person anymore. And but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see if they.
Maybe she was just here to teach you patience.
No, I don't believe that.
I think so.
That I don't.
You're
believe.
being taught patience.
That's some bullshit. I don't fucking believe that at all.
Yeah, I believe that. I think that this is what you needed to be taught.
Yeah? No, fuck patience. You know why? Because I wait for buses all the time. All I do is wait for shit. So I already know patience. So I do reserve the right to be impatient at points. But no, I don't believe it taught me patience. I if anything.
Oh, it has. I mean, I see it in you. Really, I do.
Yeah,
I see patience in you now. I see.
God.
I see. I see that you've given up to that inner waiting person that you needed to be.
Do you see puke in that chair?
No.
Oh, you will soon. But no, I think this is a good. It's just one of those things, man. It's like you said, a building block. So maybe it'll go somewhere, maybe it won't.
Right.
I really don't fucking know at this point. And I told you my decree. She hasn't been on the site in a while, so
right.
If by July 20th is the exact date, and if she's not back on by then I'm gonna leave the site. And it's nothing against her. It's just that I'm not really crazy about anybody else on there. So, if she doesn't come on, then the reason to go on there is not really
it's gone.
There. Yeah, exactly.
But you learned patience from this over the last year.
No, I didn't.
I think you were afraid to embrace the inner part of you that knew that you needed the wisdom of patience.
Now, patience, you know what? Actually, I see patience as a weakness.
Well, see, and that's it. So now you probably, and I say this with a heavy heart, that you may go home and kill yourself now. Because, you're going to fight that inner demon of thinking you're weak now, and you're truly not. You've just got in touch with your inner soul, and that's all you needed.
Who said that? Oh, that was Cockatiel's crazy fucking shit. Huh? It's showing you patience.
That's what she said.
That's some dumb shit. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll wait. Just wait. We'll be back. No, seriously, wait. We'll be back.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks, life.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me. We got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes ain't your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking Buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to buzz. as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to
hollering
the
at a
guts,
broad,
blind
you
to
be
the
getting
facts.
digits. Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
A man on a mission behind the mic. If he knew what mission he was on, Maxwell Silverhammer.
You know, that's it. I don't know what mission I'm on. No. Hour 2, segment 3 of the shit that fucking irks me. So, you know, it's weird. I was talking to you about this outside. Is yesterday was Robert, from
Robert Walker.
No,
yeah.
You're right. Or well, it used to be. Did they change the name to Natural Rights when he came back, or how did that work?
It used to be
was Know Your Rights.
Yeah, and then when he came back, he decided to change it to Our Natural Rights.
Okay, so that's where the name came from.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if that was something Shelley had changed. Details are sketchy at that point.
No.
But anyway, it was weird yesterday. It said, these people had birthdays. So I'm like, oh, shit, okay, well, let me say happy birthday. Well, then I click on it, and as I'm going through the list of people, I see Robert. It's his birthday. Nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Man, you fucking belching up my seminal fluid there?
You wished.
So, it was just strange that he didn't show up in the actual list of birthdays, but all of a sudden, as I'm going through people's birthdays, I'm like, oh, shit, his birthday's today. So, and I don't know how you are, but I don't write on their wall. You know why? Because people are fucking weird. Like the family members and shit. I don't know how they're going to react.
Right.
He's dead if you didn't notice, or whatever. So I don't I stay away, man. I don't, someone who's dead on my Facebook, like, do you delete dead people or do you keep them?
No, I keep them on.
I used to delete dead ones, but then now I'm like,
Yeah, I wouldn't delete like Robert Walker. I haven't deleted
Rose Moore.
I haven't deleted Cattell. Anybody that's been part of All Talk or been in my life, I don't delete them. I don't think that's, okay, it is only a Facebook, but I feel that if it's still there, it's a reminder to me.
Yeah.
And I can go back and look at their pictures and stuff like that. So to me, it's just like having a photo album around, kind of.
True. I mean, it was people that were in your life.
Yeah.
It's just funny, though. Like, if you're going through your friends and you see that person and you're like, oh, shit.
Like Cattell's birthday was last Sunday.
Yeah, and it's crazy because she died 5 years ago, right?
5 years ago. Well, was it 5?
Yeah, 2010, I believe.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah, I do remember. You know how I remember that? Because that's right when Shell and I broke up. And remember, you were going to have us all come on and say something about Cattell?
Yeah.
And I remember Shell that's kind of what started all the bullshit. Because I was like, oh, they're not doing it. Because remember, it was supposed to be done at night. And she was hoping that we'd all go down there and we'd get to say. And
right.
I was like, no, they're doing it during the day now. And she was like, oh, now it's during the day. And she kind of like thought I was being fucked with, that I was fucking with her or something.
No, we did it on her normal time, which was noon on Friday.
Yeah, I remember that because she was like, well, I thought it was going to be midnight. She just wanted us to hang out with her.
Right.
That's all it was. And, when Cruise Control and I weren't interested in doing that.
I think she had a crush on Cruz.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think she wanted his winky.
Oh shit! You're gonna give that man nightmares.
I'm going
now.
to tell him it this Friday.
You know,
if you come in and do the show, I'm going to tell him. I think she wanted you.
Yeah, she wanted you to fucking
single
rub
now,
your tongue on her ass.
yeah.
It burns. You know.
Yeah. And maybe even lick her hairy asshole. Wow, she probably had one too. Well, you know.
No, actually, it wasn't very hairy.
Oh wow, okay. Look, I really don't need to go there. I was just messing with you.
You know, but there were times.
If you're gonna tell me these things, I'm gonna throw up.
You know, like sticking my finger in her ass. You know, she did kind of have like it was like a scar. Actually, one of her acid scars kind of led down the crack of her
Really?
ass.
You serious?
Into her ass. Yep.
Wow.
So there was
because she was laying on a bed.
Yeah,
That's how you usually go against gravity.
When your back is to something, and yet there's flying acid. Somehow it burns the crack of your ass.
And it always defies gravity.
Yeah, that was some CSI shit, man.
Yeah, I figured that out, didn't I?
Couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, you fucking... Did you just hear a guy's voice?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I'm not crazy then, huh?
Hang on, I'm going to go look.
Okay. You go look. So, oh, yeah, see, now he talks about... Oh, anyway, I was talking about dead people on Facebook. So there was a time where I did delete dead people. And now, see, this is the type of shit where I'm like, is this motherfucker gonna... Hey, man! I knew you were going to do some shit. I knew you were fucking going to do something. I was like, you know what? I'm just waiting. There's something fucked up.
I did hear the guy, though.
Yeah, I did hear a guy's
but
voice,
I don't
too.
see nobody around, but...
But I figured there was something. I knew you were up to some shit.
I knew. Like, you had this composure, like, I'm waiting.
Yeah, like, come on, just throw it at me now. That's kind of like your doorbell thing you did last night.
That was kind of funny, though.
So here it was. We heard, at the end
like
of the
a
show,
lady, and then we heard noises. We're like, what the hell's going on?
Well, first during the show, remember we heard a door banging shut or something, and you're like, well, there's nobody in the building. I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. Then when we finished the show, you were uploading the show, and we heard this like a screeching sound or so. I thought to me it sounded like screaming or tires.
It sounded like a woman going, something like that.
Something
It's
really
just weird and creepy sounding.
Yeah, just a really weird sound.
I didn't get tires out of it all.
Well, it was a strange like screeching sound. I didn't know. To me, it may have sounded like tires from a distance or something. But anyway, and then later we heard something. As we're sitting out here waiting for the bus. So I guess you were going out to put some shit in your mom's car or something like that. So you walk out there, and I'm still sitting in the front lobby here. And then I'm
sitting there for at least 5 minutes or more, so you had a chance to...
And it's funny because now I'm listening for shit. I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to hear anything.
I figured you were. I could see you sitting there.
Yeah, and I almost thought about fucking with you and saying,
yeah, see?
Hey, man, I heard something. Like, I don't know, it was a guy. It said my name or some weird shit like that.
See, you were preparing to fuck with me while I was preparing to fuck with you.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you push the door buzzer, and I hear this doo-doo, doo-doo. And I'm like...
You fucking jumped out of your seat.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So then I went to the door, and you're standing there laughing your ass off going, I knew I'd fuck with you. So
I got yelled at about that today.
You did?
Yeah, from my mom.
Why?
She's like, "Can you over there scaring the shit out of poor Maxwell?"
Well, I don't know. It's weird. It's like,
Like, hey, I scare everybody. Just, I don't give a fuck if you're blind or not. I'm not going to fucking, goddamn fucking stupid shit for you. You get it just like everybody else gets it.
Well, it's just kind of weird. It's like, I don't know. To her, I mean, she, I guess, feels a sense of, like, she should protect me or something.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird because
She's mad when I fuck with you like that.
I was going to say, yeah, because I think she gets pissed off. I mean, she doesn't like when you fuck with her.
No, she gets mad when I fuck with anybody, but she gets boisterous on cerern people. You were one of them.
Yeah, I know. She definitely gets pissed off. Like, not just fucking with you about it. Like, goddamn, why do you always? But this is more like why
you need to knock that off.
Seriously, that needs to stop.
Yeah, that's not funny. Oh yeah, it was. Did you see his face? I was laughing.
Yeah, no, I give you shit for doing a random joke or whatever, but that's just your fucked up quirk.
That's me.
It's like me farting all the time.
Right.
You don't hate me for it. You just think it's funny.
Oh, well, there's times I did.
Yeah.
The time you shit in my face, yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, see? Yeah, look at you laughing now.
That was great, man. You bend down to get your phone.
You had no idea I was even over there, I don't think.
No, I didn't. You know what? Honestly, if I knew you were, I wouldn't fart in your face.
I know.
I might fart in the same room with you or something, but I would never just like stick my ass deliberately in your face and just rip. Unless you were just a complete fuck.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I bent down to get the phone on her, just. I'm like, my face is right the fuck here. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't mean to do it, but when it happened, it was funny as fuck. So, anyway, but you know, it's pranks and shit. Where I guess there are some people that really don't like pranks, though. I mean, have you ever run across somebody that really, honestly hated?
Oh yeah,
like wouldn't hang out with you anymore.
Yeah,
because of
I
it?
had people that stopped talking to me. I fuck with them, and they would not talk to me anymore.
Wow, damn.
It's like, lighten up a little. Jesus.
Man, I'm starting to think you were on an experience project or something.
It probably was.
Getting people that are just like, oh, stop that.
I was what do they call it again?
You were an EP supporter, man.
Supporter.
I'm an EP supporter. That just sounds like some kind of fucking, you know what? It sounds like an athletic supporter. Honestly.
Right. Yeah, kind of.
I'm a ball bag cup.
I'm a ball bag holder.
Just hold me. I take balls to the face.
Just cup your nuts. Yeah, you're like,
So,
Jesus.
you know,
Yeah, there are people that, I mean, I've hung around, obviously, when I'm hanging around somebody that has absolutely no sense of humor, it doesn't last long as a friendship.
Well, that's, yeah. See, I'm that way too. If you can't laugh at shit, you know, then, and everything's so goddamn serious, or you're a fucking prima donna about everything. And
I mean, I'm not going to walk up to somebody that's got something really fucked up with them and know it's going to bother them and agitate them about it.
Yeah. No
But I
reason.
mean, I still scare people equally. You know, I still tell them fucked up stories equally and shit. Just like today, I told my son something really fucked up because Danielle was coming over to the house, but she had to go to her doctor's appointment first. So he goes, is Danielle coming over? Because he likes her.
Right.
You know, and I said, yeah, she's going to come over. Said she had to go to the doctor's first. He goes, what'd she go to the doctor? Did you hear that?
Like a high pitch?
Like a door banging or something.
I didn't hear a door.
Well, and I said, she had to go to the doctor's appointment. He goes, what'd she go for? I said, she's having a baby. And he like looked at me. I said, yeah. I said, we're having a baby. I said, she has to go have a C-section now. He goes, what's a C-section? I said, they're going to go cut her belly and take it out. He goes, but she doesn't look pregnant. I said, that's what they do with C-section. They're smaller babies. They just cut them open and take them out. And I took these two backpacks I had. I had a big one and a little one. And I put the little one inside of it and zipped it up. And I said, look, this is how it works. I unzipped the bag and pulled out the little backpack. I said, hello, mama.
Well, let me ask you this. Does he understand that a baby's created through sex?
I don't know. I didn't get that far with him, but then he goes, I said, yeah. And then I acted like she was texting me. I said, oh, she had the baby. It's a girl. She doesn't know what to name it. Oh, no. First I said, she's having a baby. She doesn't know what to name it, if it's a boy or girl. He goes, Tyler if it's a boy, and something else.
Well, I wonder, how old is he, 10?
11.
Yeah, so I would think he probably, well, maybe not.
I don't know. He's kind of sheltered when it comes to certain things, but.
So maybe he doesn't understand. So does that mean, wait, so his other brother's 13?
Who?
Gio?
No, Gio just turned 10.
Okay, so Gio's younger.
Yeah, Gio's younger.
Okay, and Jaden's the older one.
And so, yeah, he thought that, Danielle was going to come walking through the door any minute with
have a baby?
A baby. And I said, oh, it's a girl. And he goes, boys are better. Girls just want to wear makeup and earrings all the time. He said, and they're a pain in the butt.
It's kind of funny how boys learn early, but then they lose all that later.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
that drive kicks in.
You go from, girls got cooties and they're gross. And they're
so all of a sudden, look how cute she is.
Yep. Then all of a sudden it's, I'm in love.
Yeah. Oh, no matter what she does, she's so cute.
Yeah. And then you're just like, wait a minute. Now, where does that old fucking thinking kick in?
Unless you're down south and, look at my cousin.
Oh, damn cousin. Bessie is so hot. I just want to fuck her in the mouth.
I was going to wait till she's 16, but I'll take her 13.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's a good age for me. I mean, I remember I used to change her diaper back in the day.
I loving myself some cousins.
She was sweet back then when I was changing her.
I done diapers and stuff. Yeah, it's like, someday this one's going to grow and be fine.
See, I'm fucked up too. Like there are people. I've actually heard people say shit like that.
And this is fucked up. And the reason I said that just like that is I actually heard somebody say that one time. Maybe not with that accent, but I heard him say it was a little girl. She was like, she's a cute little girl, but she was maybe 1 or 2, and he's like, oh, she's gonna be fine when she grows up. I'm like,
why are you even thinking shit like that?
That is a little fucking girl. She's a cute girl, yeah, and she probably will be a cute girl, but it's a fucking little girl for God's sake.
Can't even think about that stuff when you're that age, man. You're just like, I told you when I was dating Kaylee and Destiny wanted her feet rubbed.
Right.
I was like, you're gonna have your mom do it. You know, I'm like, no, this isn't. Not even saying that I would have gotten turned on, but I'm
Right.
just like, no, that's just something you don't do. You know, it's a little girl and it's her feet. No, it's something I think of sexually.
Right.
So that's why I was like, no, have your mom do it. And I wonder why she must have thought I was a fucking weirdo, but she'll understand as she gets older. I think.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, unless, you know, who knows? How do you think she is now? Let's see, she'd be about 11?
Yeah, because it's been about 2 years, right?
Yeah, she's, you know, I got to say, though, she's the only kid I've ever known that flunked a grade. I've never seen a kid flunk a grade.
Not in this day and age. Usually they just jam you along.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, how the fuck? You had to really fuck up pretty bad to flunk a grade.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, I'm looking, well, I mean, I see what kind of mom she has. You know, so
Your
that's,
ex?
yeah, so I'm sure that's why. But at the same time, it's kind of like, damn, man, you know, it was just kind of shitty. Like,
more than shitty. It was what she did was uncalled for with her daughter.
A lot of things she did with her daughter was uncalled
but out of all the things she did, that was the one that
stuck out.
That stuck out to me. Like that's just a big time bad fucking choice.
Well, in some of the things she said to her and other things she did.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, but see, this was a kid that grew accustomed to having you around and liked you.
Well, that's it.
So now, you know, even when she called her the little bitch and stuff like that, of course that's bad parenting. That's just fucked up
too, man.
But that situation, she put her in the situation of an adult.
Yeah.
You know, and to go up to somebody that she liked, you know, and probably looked up to because she didn't have a dad.
Yeah, no question.
You know, and put her in a situation like that to feel bad and come up and take a ring from you.
Right, exactly. Now it's she's being taught to dislike this person that she's
right, and she didn't want to dislike you. You could see that when she showed up.
No, and
she was happy to see you. But then her mom takes that and ruins that with, well, you get the ring from him.
Yeah, that's
put her in a position of feeling guilt, remorse, dislike, everything all in probably one.
Yeah, if I ever talked to her, if I ever ran across Kaylee again, that's the first thing I'd hit her with.
Right.
Be like, you know what? You're a fucking horrible mom. The fact you even involved your daughter in that goddamn process.
Yeah, you should have never put your daughter in that situation.
Because I'm sorry, you could have. We weren't far. She could have left her daughter with the neighbor or something.
Right.
You know, how many times had she done that anyway? You know, when she wanted to fuck me, you know, or get high or drunk or do some shit like that.
Right.
Oh, you sure as fuck didn't mind dumping her at the neighbor's house then. But, you know, when it comes to some shit where she really shouldn't be a part of this shit, you know, now all of a sudden.
Now you put her in.
Yeah. Oh, here, go. We're going to bring this ring
Put
back
her in the
and-
most fucked up situation.
and you're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even walk out. I'm too fucking cowardly to even approach you and hand you the ring.
And has a little girl at the age of 9 walking up to a full-grown adult man and taking a ring back to give to her mother.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that was...
Those date sites are full of those just fucking, you know, and I know that's just kind of the norm nowadays.
Well, remember, I was on that site. It was Plenty of Fish, remember? And she goes, oh, look, why does it keep picking me and you?
Yeah, now you're going to go...
I'm like, because it's a broken fucking system, obviously.
Yeah. How is that even working?
I am not dating you, sorry.
But even, like I said, people are fucked up as it is. You know, like today at this other networking thing I was at, you know, I was sitting at this table, and these women are joking and whispering and laughing and being totally unprofessional. You know, it's supposed to be a professional networking breakfast, and they're whispering and cracking jokes, and then they're trying to drag me into it. You know, they're tapping me, and I'm leaning over, and she's like, yeah, they say I'm black like the white girl at the NAACP.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm sitting here trying not to be associated with the fucking two of you. Yet, you know, they work for an organization that's pretty well known.
Right.
You know, so you're just like, wow, you assholes go out, and this is the image. And I think the woman who was doing all the stupid fucking joking with her was her boss. So it's like, you know, what kind of immature, I mean, goddamn. You know, again, like I said, when I was a kid, adults were so adult. You know, now they're fucking, you know, I just look at adults and I'm like, fuck's wrong with you? Like, or you'll see people horseplaying. I hate that shit too. You know, you go somewhere and there's two adults horseplaying with each other and fucking pushing each other. And you're just like, you know what? Fucking grow up and be an adult. You know, do you know how to do that?
Right.
Because that, I don't know, to me, man, that just rubs me the wrong way. You know, even if you're not, if you know, hey, look at me, I don't have kids.
Right.
But, you know, so I'm not about setting examples and being role models and all that shit. But at the same time, you know, you do have a role to play when you're in public. You know, you want to horseplay at home and be stupid.
Right.
You know, all right, that's your business. But personally, you know, I mean, horseplaying should be set up for just you and your significant other.
Right.
That's really it. I mean, you don't fucking horseplay with other fucking friends and shit.
Unless you're really into them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even you and I don't horse fucking play.
No.
You know, you might play jokes on me, and I may
like
fart.
sneak up behind you in the middle of a show and scare the piss out of you.
Well, that's you know, pretty innocent shit. I mean, that's not, you know, we're not running around the station spraying each other with water guns and dumb shit like that. You know.
Oh, I thought about it though.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I bet you'd love it, especially with all your equipment in here.
Oh yeah.
You just spray water
That's the
around.
best thing to use, water.
You know, it's like spitting beer in a room with fucking electronic equipment too.
Oh my god.
There's another
I
thing.
choked her.
That's another thing. You know, how the fuck do you not think? You know, and if you're gonna spit beer, you know, spit it on your pants.
Yeah.
You know,
not
don't
across
spray
the
it across the
equipment.
desk. What kind of stupid shit is that? Yeah. Now, what if she would have fucked something up?
I thought she did for a minute, to be honest with you.
I would have hoped you would have charged her.
I would have had to have.
Yeah.
But then she may have gotten the money from you telling me she had bed bugs.
Oh, that bullshit. And there's another thing. You know, just game playing bullshit. You know, and you're just like, really? You're going to be on that dating site the rest of your fucking life. Because, you know.
I'm not sure she's still there. Well,
oh, I'm sure she is.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her go through many men. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She's not on my friends list, so I don't know what she's up to now.
I really haven't seen her. You know what? Let's go check.
Check it out. Might as well. Tell me if you see anything new. Well, you know, and I was, here was a question I answered on Experience Project today where this girl goes, how come guys just want sex? That's all they want. Blah, blah. They're only out for one thing. And I said, well, probably because you don't stand out.
What was the beginning of the last name?
Kaylee. K-A-L-E-E.
Yeah,
K-A-L-E-E. Last name, well, you know, a place of worship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I got her.
Found her?
Yeah.
See what you see in there. But yeah, no, you got to set yourself apart. That's why you keep getting fucking, you know, dudes just want to nut in you because you know.
She changed everything back to the originally was the way when you first went out with her. She has the samurai picture.
Oh, that
up
picture's
again.
back?
Yeah.
Oh. Can you see her relationship status? Or
let's see.
See if she's with anybody? Not that I'm going to take her back, but just out of curiosity.
Doesn't seem to say anything about a relationship status because she was in a relationship. Nope, she doesn't say anything about relationship now.
There's nothing there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if it's hidden, then probably there's nothing.
Nothing.
Well, whose fault is that?
I'm looking, she has a lot of Pilates things up there and shit like that. She posted a selfie.
Okay, no guy pictures, it looks like.
I'm going down through them all, and I'm not seeing. Most of them are just posts of, like, things that people put up, you know, just sharing it over.
Oh, like tagging her in it?
Yeah.
Like, hey, see this or something, yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like she moved a lot of them over herself. Doesn't look like there's anything of real importance here. Let me see. Going down. Oh, what's this?
What's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, hang on. Oh, it just I hate when it moves on you.
Uh-huh.
What are you fucking laughing about?
Because I'm waiting for the joke.
No, it just moved on me. It just said about unhappy. Don't you hate it when a man does not tell you the truth?
Oh, that's an old one. Or
Yeah.
how old is that? Is that
That's
like
back to, let me see. Let me go back up here. June 4th.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a picture of Destiny. My little butterfly is officially a 6th grader now.
Yay, she didn't flunk.
Yep. And this is my little butterfly. She looks like she got 2 awards.
Okay, good.
Which is cool.
All right, so there's some good things happening.
Yeah, there's some good things. Just a couple other, like, posts here now.
I'm thinking of, you know, just because I'm, like, thinking the worst. Like, oh, my God, what's this kid going to...
Yeah, and she looks happy. I mean, she's got her glasses on. And oh, what the fuck is that? My whole page just literally blanked out. Good morning. It's my Monday. You know that
There's
one.
that one, yeah. There's those.
There's that one. Right here. Okay, here's a bunch of more. Just post them. Oh, here's one.
Uh-huh. What's that say?
I don't want to be used, abused, and lied to by a man. Men should have more dignity and more respect for themselves than to treat a true queen like they're not.
Oh, wow. She went there, did she?
I've had relationships before, and I have been treated nice by most of the men I've ever been out with. Oh, man, I gotta scroll down. I hate when it says show more.
Oh, yeah. So just show me the whole
I know, just show the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I know how that goes.
Now you gotta wait for it to open up. All right. by other men, especially a man like you. Nothing but a loser. Can't even keep a job for more than 6 months and can't help pay their way through life. Loser.
Damn.
Wow.
She was really tearing into somebody there.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's not
That was
cool.
What was that? Like May or something?
That was back in, looks like their fighting started, how'd you know? May 21st.
Oh, it sounds like it's fairly recent,
Yeah.
because she just said something about I hate a man that lies or something. Well, honey, this is the type of shit
shit.
What's up?
Oh, shit. Why would you post this?
Huh? I didn't post a thing.
No, her.
What did it say?
Oops, made mistake. Laugh my ass off, and like the ML or whatever.
LMAO, yeah.
Yeah, laugh my ass off. Accidentally called my man during sex an old boyfriend's name.
Oh. What?
Oh, shit.
Wonder who that
Why would you fucking post that?
I wonder who that old boyfriend was.
I wonder why he got mad. That was before this, so he was probably...
Yeah, after that, he's like, oh, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, now I'm seeing pictures of just her with her kids and a horse now.
Yeah, okay, because she had horses.
And, had a fight last night. It was an accident. I called him another name. The name doesn't matter any longer, but to bring it up is to just make it look worse than it ever really truly was. If you've got something to say, then just say it.
Okay, that demonstrates the trashiness. Why would you even put some shit? That's so bad.
Yeah, I know.
You don't put shit
like that.
She used to fuck with me about posting about farting and shitting and doing all that. And I'm like,
yeah, remember the girls she used to attack from your other house?
Yeah, and then she'd fight with other
more?
chicks. Yeah, exactly. Wow. This bitch
Here's
is
another one. She's got a lot of posts with just the shit, but then here's another one.
Another fighting post?
Yeah, bald is beautiful. Men that have no hair are the men I'm more attracted to. I once went out with, your name is mentioned.
Yeah, sure, right.
Yeah,
I
it is.
I would have been tagged him that motherfucker.
No, it just says your other name and it doesn't say the full name.
But nobody knows me. Nobody gives a shit.
You want me to say the name?
I know the name.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But why? Okay, but
and he treated me better than you ever would and ever will.
Okay, I know that's all bullshit.
No, that's what it says.
Yeah, see,
I'm going to open up the thing because there's a bunch of comments.
I can't even verify this shit on because she's not on my friends.
And another
list.
good morning. It's my fucking Monday.
Okay.
I'm going to go back. We're going to go to commercial. I'm going to verify this.
All right, man. You better verify that shit. We'll be right back.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul, hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show where Maxwell Silverhair believes beautiful and bald go together hand in hand. That's why he likes his men with their nuts shaved. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Well, I still stand at, I think beautiful, bald is beautiful because I am bald, obviously.
Right.
So, but, oh, and just so they all know, that was all bullshit. Well, not all bullshit.
Not all of it was bullshit.
Like the fighting, the calling the guy another name, that wasn't true,
Yeah.
right? You made that shit up.
Yeah.
But the stuff about her ripping into that guy on there about being a loser and
stuff like that,
talking
yeah.
shit about him and
Which
whatever.
was her MO. She did do that sort of thing.
Yep. And then, oh, yeah, well, I already know.
I mean, not like you said, not about you personally, on Facebook, but she did it to you, and
Yeah, on
just
the
talking to
phone.
you on the phone, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there wasn't really much she could say. I mean, see, that's the thing. If I had a lot of shit going against me, then she probably would have jumped on Facebook and just trashed me and said I was a
Yeah.
piece of shit and whatever. But
I think she was just afraid that she would have been ripped more than you would have.
You rip Maxwell Silverhammer, you will feel it.
I'm going to get on and try it right now.
Okay, you do it.
Max
is an asshole.
Is a dick. He not only looks like a dick, he is a dick.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
what else?
He drinks seminal fluid straight from the pipe. Gargles it.
Well, that was the weird call I got from her, when we first broke up. Remember she called my voicemail and said something about, I've heard you've been talking shit about me on Facebook and you're the one who wanted this, so why don't you just leave me alone or something, and I'm
I
just
remember
like,
that.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even, I said one thing, ding dong, the bitch is gone or something like that. That's all I said, but that was it. I didn't, say anything else. And how the fuck would she have known unless she went and looked at my page? Because we didn't really have any mutual friends, except for
me,
you, and maybe didn't she add all the other people,
my mom,
all the other people that were, but all the people that she added that we had mutual friends were my friends.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna rat me out. And they're not gonna say, yeah, he was saying fucked up.
Oh
things.
yeah, I sold your information to her for
was that what it was?
$1.99 a pack of smokes.
I got you. Okay, well, hey. But what's funny? Here's what I like, and I can't help it. I'm a vindictive prick, but I love looking at a girl I used to date, like somebody if we had a shitty breakup or whatever,
right?
And just seeing that they're still the same unhappy, like nothing's changed. So that you did the right thing by breaking up with them. You're not like, because there is that every once in a while you think, well, maybe we could have stuck it out. Maybe we could have made it work. But then you start seeing, the shit you were just reading me, and I'm like, wow, that's still the same old unhappy bitch.
Yeah, she's not going to change.
She didn't do anything new. She's just who she is, who she was then, and she's that way now. And
yeah, there ain't no changing.
So, yeah, it's nice to see. Or just nice to see too that they're unhappy still.
Right.
So
I figured seeing that would make your day.
Well, I can't help it, man. I'm like, you know what? You're still an unhappy bitch, and the funny thing is, you still haven't fucking learned your lesson, and you probably never will learn your lesson. And you're going to be 70, 80 years old, hating fucking life. You're going to be like these old ladies that are afraid to touch their own pussy because it's so gross, and they're angry at life, because, they were shitty to guys back in the day, and now all of a sudden they're 70 or 80, and nobody wants their pussy, including them, so they won't even touch it. So now they're angry, and they're pissed off and vindictive.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's kind of nice to see, man. That's kind of refreshing.
Wow, look at this.
What's that?
I get 2 more people as friends. I'm at 2,500.
Right on, 2,500. That's kind of a nice round number, too.
Yeah, it is.
So these, who are these people? Anybody you know?
No, I said if I get 2 more friends.
Oh, so you're waiting on 2 more friends.
If I get 2 more.
Well, if you're out there and you're listening and you're not a friend of Jerkman's,
jump on.
Go ahead and add them on Facebook. Just
add me on.
Go ahead.
Be that last one that hits me over the, it takes me to that 500 mark.
You're waiting on 1 or 2?
2.
2, that's right. Okay, so you're waiting on 2 friends to add you. And it's funny, I see some people sometimes, I'm like, who's that? Where do they come from? You know.
Right.
So and I don't have nearly the amount of friends you do. You know, I have maybe 600, 700.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
think I got about 6 something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I'm just like,
You're just not as popular as me. That's all.
Yeah,
It's not your fault. You can't help it.
You know, that's what it is.
You just fart in people's faces when they bend down to get their phone.
Oh yeah, damn right. Take a fart. Although you know what, I have been getting a lot lately.
Right.
A lot more likes to my STIM radio page
Picking
on
up,
Facebook.
huh?
Yeah. So which is kind of good.
Yeah.
And I have gotten more views. It's weird though. Like my views on my videos, some weeks will be really low. You know, I might have 1 or 2 views or something, and then like there'll be another week where all of a sudden it'll shoot up and there'll be like 10 views or 7 views or something, and I'm just like, wow, that's pretty crazy. All of a sudden, so it sort of fluctuates from week to week. You know, some weeks people don't watch, and then other weeks, you know, maybe they're catching up, which could be the possibility.
Yeah.
You know, they're catching up on old shit, old videos, see what I'm up to. And, you know, obviously...
see what you're up to, maybe see who you're going down on.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe whose toes I'm sucking on fucking
Yeah,
Facebook.
you never know what they're interested in.
You know, get some nigger feet in my mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you say nigger?
Nigger feet.
Wow.
Hey, that's being Tootsie Toes. We
You
have
know what's so funny, though, is there used to be... You what? You and Tootsie Toes?
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, with her feet being dirty.
Yeah.
Having niggered feet.
So black people have dirty feet is what you're saying.
No, actually, that was her friend who came up with that, who was a black guy. You know the story, right?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, so it was a black dude that saw her dirty feet and said, "Damn, you got nigger feet." And she was like, "What?" And at first she kind of took it as an insult, and then he held her foot up to his arm and was like, "Look, it's as dark as me." And, you know, so it turned into this whole thing. So now, you know, it's just something we say, like,
right.
Your feet are niggered up, or you have nigger feet or something, you know? So that's been our thing. Been saying that. So anyway, what were you just about to say before I derailed you?
I don't even remember now because I got derailed by you and somebody else.
Oh, yeah? Well, what did somebody else do?
Somebody else is bitching about the new computer and that.
Oh, their new computer?
No, our new look here because we're running a new computer.
You know. Oh, which, by the way, following the Jerkman decree, came home last night, told the driver to dial my gate code, and wouldn't you know, it rang right to my cell phone. So the dumb fuck yesterday was dialing the wrong number. You know, I love that shit. It's all of a sudden your fault. You know, right away, you can't just be a dumb shit. You know, it's got to be someone else's fault because, you know, you never fuck up. You know, it's like when people yelled at you for shit, you know, "Oh, well, your goddamn, you know, your site's not working right. Your site's a piece of shit."
Right.
You know, like the guy we saw at the fucking karaoke bar, remember? "Oh, man, I could fix this up, dude. I could make a much better site than you've got here, pal. Pally poo for the couple $1,000. Shit. I'll get you rolling. Hey, you need to turn your mic back on."
That would help.
And so, people bitch at you. And, you know, you used to jump and you used to, "Oh, shit, we want good quality. We want this and we want that." Same thing with me. You know, I could have, you know, freaked out and called my HOA and said, "Hey, well, I don't know what's going on, but my phone number's rolling to somebody else's number now when people call me from the gate." So glad I didn't do that. And I just went home, tested it on my own time. It worked, and it's worked since. So it just goes to show you, you know, it's like, man, I don't know why they have so much trouble with that fucking gate. You know, these people act like they've never, you know, you think as paratransit drivers, they go into gated communities. So. So anyway, that's, so yes, I used the Jerkman decree and it worked. So
yeah, see?
Instead of letting people bitch, like I said, they right away want to put it on you. Well, you remember the one driver that was bitching at May? Remember? "Well, you got to tell them it's building A. You got to, what do I got to tell them? You don't got to tell them shit. How about you just, you know, use some fucking common sense. You know, if your manifest says sweet fucking G, then that's where you go, dumb shit.
Right.
You know, don't be looking at, "Hey, it's building A, it's this, it's that." No, you know what? You're looking too far into it. You know, it's like I've come out before and drivers have, I told you about the one guy who had the argument with me that there was no, "You need to tell them there's a gate code, man." I was like, "I do. Every time I call, they confirm it." "Well, it's not on this manifest."
Well, look at today with May.
What happened with May? Was there something new?
Oh, you weren't here, right?
No,
That's
she,
right.
she got dropped off.
On
right?
the other side.
Again?
Yeah, but she tried telling him to drop her off there. I was like, I said, "You told him G, right?" She goes, "Yes." and she was on the other side. And the guy was over here going, he goes, look, I dropped off at the wrong place, and I'm trying to tell her that it's this side. He said, that's where Zenith is, and she demanded she be dropped off on the other side. I'm like, well, he goes, and he actually went and got her and brought her back over.
Okay, so it's not the driver in that case.
No, in that case, no, that was not the driver.
Well, you've seen all my rides. They've come
Yeah.
right to this fucking door. So obviously, the fact that they're still dropping her on the other side,
right?
You know, this is where you start using deductive reasoning here, and you're like, okay, you know, obviously, if you did say Sweet G like you said you did,
right,
then they'd be bringing you to Sweet fucking G.
Yeah.
You know, instead of dropping you on the other side, you know. So
And she was actually arguing with the guy, and that's kind of screwed up.
Well, yeah, especially if he knew.
He was bringing her to the right place, and this one was doing his job, and she's arguing with him, telling him he's not.
You know, that's why sometimes I think some of the drivers do just treat us like we're fucking tards.
Maybe.
Because of shit like that. You know, you always do get that idiot passenger. Hey, I'm not saying it's not a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you do get idiot passengers.
Yeah, so he was standing on this side, and he was cool enough to come over here and say, hey, look, you know, I know she's in the wrong spot.
So he even knew.
Yeah, he come over here, and because me and Danielle are out smoking, and we come walking in, he goes, hey, and blah, 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 and I'm like looking, and she goes, here's the guy, and because Danielle come up in front of me, and I was like, hey, and he goes, yeah, he goes, he said her full name. He said, and she's on the other side. He said, and I tried telling her that this was the side of Zenith, and she said, no, she needed to be dropped off on that side. So he stood there, and he goes, I said, no. I said, here's where we're at. He goes, I know. He said, but I didn't know what to do. He said, I dropped her off. He said, you want me to go get her? I said, well, I can get her. He goes, no, I'll go get her. He went and got her and brought her over here.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the point of that, man? Well, you know, I think I know the point of it. Wanting help. You know, wanting like, oh, I need help. Look at me. I'm
So
stranded.
someone, if they would have been left, someone else would have had to walk over there to get her, me, and bring her around. So it would have been more time on the arm. And
See, I don't. Oh, you think it's that? Huh?
I don't know. Could be, but it just doesn't make any sense to why she knew that she was going to the Zenith. The G, he tried dropping her off, and she wouldn't let him do it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
And she's arguing with him.
Arguing with him, yeah. But he was cool enough instead of saying, "Hey, fuck it," you know, I dropped her off where she said.
You know,
he stuck around and went and got her.
Like I said, I mean, we rip on the drivers a lot, and they do a lot of dumb shit. Like I was just telling you, I had the one guy arguing with me about my gate code, and was swearing up and down there was no gate code on the manifest. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, they confirm it every time. Well, it's not on here, and I'm like, well, it should be because they confirm it every time I call. And he's like, well, it's not. Then we get a little ways up the street. Hey, is your gate code blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, yes. And he was like, oh, well, I didn't see it. It was in small print. You know, so that's just dumb shittery. But then now you get a dumb fuck passenger making us look dumb, and they happen to have the same disability I have.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was actually cool. So, you know, I'm giving the guy props to doing what he did.
Well, yeah. I mean, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, he stood around, waited, made sure somebody comes, seen it, talked to us, and then went and got her.
Oh, man.
And walked her back around. And you know how long it takes me to walk.
Yes, I remember. Time we went and walked to get pizza.
Yeah.
And she's like dragging, you know, and I'm like, okay. She's like, can you walk slower? Fuck, how much slower do you want me to walk? You wonder about all that too. The back and the this and the that and the illness.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people do fall apart. You know, it's possible.
I just, man, you know me. I'm always, you know, trying to be the healthiest I can because I hate when people worry
Yeah,
about
but you
me.
look very sickly right now. I didn't want to tell you
Oh,
this.
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's, if I was you, get the shotgun out. Grim Reaper's going to be creeping around
Oh,
soon.
okay. Now, what if I did that for real?
What, just get the shotgun out and ready to shoot
just-
him if he comes around?
Yeah, exactly. I started shooting in my apartment, you know.
I don't know. Try it once. See what happens.
Okay, I will. It'd be like, Jerkman, I can't. Oh, you know?
I bet you that's
the driver. No, I bet you that's Humvee. Humvee wouldn't do that. I told you, Humvee wouldn't do something like that, man. Humvee knows what's up. All right, let him go handle that. Now, you guys heard firsthand. You know, I love when things just prove themselves here on the show. And wow, okay, as I say, man, things like I said, things prove themselves, don't they? You know, at least people know I'm not crazy.
No, you're crazy, but yes, they do prove themselves.
But look, you see, the stuff I talk about is real, man. It happens. Anyway, on that note, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm GJ Jerkman. That's it tonight.
That's all?
That's all I am.
Oh, man. And that's the
It's
story
already
there, bitches. See ya.
Show.